Title: Survive Their Hate, Watch Them Repent Part 2. Some wounds don't need revenge. Just the silence of survival. I didn't expect them to come back into my life. Not after everything. But life has a strange way of circling back, especially when the truth refuses to stay buried. Started with Maya. She was always the ringleader. The clever one with the perfect smile and poison behind her tongue. In school, she wore her cruelty like perfume. Sweet, invisible and suffocating. I hadn't seen her in nearly 6 years when she showed up at the bookstore where I now worked. She looked older. Not in the way age changes you, but in the way regret carves hollows into your soul. She stood at the door for a long time before walking in. When she reached the counter, her voice was barely louder than a whisper. "Do you remember me?" I looked at her, steady. "Yes." Silence. "I've been carrying something for a long time," she said, her eyes glassy. "I wanted to say I'm sorry. Not just for what I did, but for who I was." I wanted to rage. To scream at her for every night I cried alone. For every time I questioned my worth. But I didn't. I didn't need to. Because I wasn't that person anymore. "Why now?" I asked. She hesitated, then pulled out a folded letter. It was old. Faded. My name was written on it. Shaky handwriting I hadn't seen since high school. "I found this in my drawer a few weeks ago. You wrote it." I never read it back then. But I did now. And I haven't slept since. I remembered that letter. I wrote it the day they turned the whole school against me. I never gave it to her. I must have dropped it, or maybe I left it somewhere in my pain. In it I had written not hatred, but truth. I told her how her actions destroyed parts of me I was only just beginning to rebuild. She reached out, placing the letter on the counter like it burned her fingers. "You didn't deserve any of it. I was jealous of your peace. Your stillness. You were everything I pretended to be." For a moment we just stood there. Two people bound not by friendship, but by a shared history of pain. "I forgive you," I said softly. Not for her sake, but for mine. And I meant it. But forgiveness doesn't mean return. We didn't exchange numbers. We didn't promise to keep in touch. Some doors are meant to stay closed even after forgiveness walks through them. But that night I sat under the stars, free. Not just from her, but from the entire weight of that past. Maya wasn't the only one. One by one others came. Not always with apologies. Sometimes just with silence, stares or awkward glances. But I saw it in their eyes. The slow, aching understanding that I had survived what they meant to kill. And now they carry it. 'Cause I survived their hate. And they are the ones learning how to live with what they did. The real lesson to learn from this story is the power of forgiveness and letting go. It shows that holding on to past pain and resentment can weigh you down, while forgiveness can set you free. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or reconciling with those who hurt you, but rather releasing the negative emotions associated with the experience. This story also highlights the importance of self-healing and growth. The protagonist's ability to forgive and move on is a testament to their personal growth and strength. The story encourages them to focus on their own healing and well-being, rather than seeking revenge or validation from others.